if white South Africans are racist, or if all white South Africans are racist. And in that video, I really did sincerely say that I don't think that all white South Africans are racist, but there is so many cases that are happening. Now, to caveat before I go forward, I personally haven't experienced full-on direct racism from too many white people. I could say from the few Jews that I experienced it from, I did experience a bit of racism. But these, are they really considered white? For my sake, as a black person, I think I would consider them as white people. But we have to speak about the elephant in the room. We are 30 years into our democracy, and more and more on social media these days, you get to see a lot of racial cases happening. And it is quite infuriating, especially when it involves kids. You see, if you look at companies, when they are ousted for racism, or a manager or a business owner is exposed for racism and mistreating black people, and when they trend and this thing hurts their pockets, a lot of the times you hear about them apologizing or see videos of them apologizing. I remember there's a video of a guy who was apologizing, I think now it's about a month ago, where he was apologizing about how he mistreated his black employees and that he would not do it again. And I think that that apology was not sincere. The only reason that was that apology is because he realized that it is going to hurt him, and the bottom line is going to be hurt. His business is going to suffer from that. Now, when it comes to these students in varsities and in secondary schools, firstly, the problem begins with their parents. Because racism, I believe that is something that is taught. They teach their children racism, and these children take it out of home and into the schools. And the consequences for these children are not so terrible. Not terrible enough for these things to not continue happening. Because trust you, believe you me, they are going to continue happening. This is not the last of the racial discrimination cases that we are seeing here in South Africa. They're still going to happen, because recently in Pretoria Girls High, about 10 to 12 white girls were implicated in a racial discrimination case, and clearly, by the look of things, as I look into it, nothing is going to happen to these children, and something must happen. Something has to happen. These people have to be punished. And okay, let me not say that only white people have to be punished for racism, but everybody else. But you see, it's so simple for the racist white people to be racist here in the country, because what are the consequences? What's going to happen to them, really? Honestly, what's going to happen to them? And this is an arrogance that a lot of them actually do have. And I think this is Africa, guys. This is South Africa. The majority of Africans, the majority of South Africans are going to be black people. And if you have a problem with black people, why don't you just fucking leave Africa? Go somewhere where there's no black people, because you hate black people so much. If you're a white person, go to Switzerland, go to Sweden, go to Germany. But you know why you won't go there? You won't go there because you understand that once you move to these countries, you will just be as poor as the poor South Africans, or as poor as the black Africans. Kata. Of course, you can talk to me on chat. In the other videos where I was talking about foreigners, I mentioned that the foreigners that are good people in the country that are here legally have a responsibility, not to take accountability, but they have a responsibility to actually call out the illegal immigrants that are doing crimes here in the country. And I think this can also be applied to the white South Africans that are not racist. You have the responsibility to call out these other racists, because it makes all of you look bad. How do I talk to you on chat? Just write your comments, man, and I'll respond. Write your thoughts. I'll respond to your thoughts. If you are not calling out racist white people and you are a white person who is not racist, I, as a black person, I'm making an example. I, as a black person who doesn't get to interact a lot with that many white people, seeing the rest of the white people being quiet about these things happening, I believe that, well, I guess this is what all white people believe about black people. If a black employee is being mistreated by a white employer and other white employers are not doing or saying anything about these things, especially calling them out, I will tend to believe that, well, I guess all white employers have this same belief towards black people. It is a problem that has to be addressed because we are 30 years into the democracy, okay? And we still have these cases happening almost every other month. And you know what this does? It makes it very simple for political parties that want to use race as a campaigning method. The topic of the conversation, Hope, is racism that is happening in South Africa towards black people by white people. And now I'm at the point where I'm talking about the fact that other white people should be calling each other out. If you have a friend that you know that they don't like black people, that has to be addressed. And if they do it privately, that has to be addressed behind closed doors. Because with a few white people that I know, some of them do tell me that behind closed doors, some of the people that you think are friendly with you, they're not that friendly. Behind closed doors, the things that they say behind closed doors, you would not be happy to hear at all. So if I'm going to say that legal immigrants, call out the illegal immigrants who are doing crimes and making all of you look bad, then I should be able to say that white people who are not racist, call out the white people that are racist, because it makes you look bad as well. We can also talk about the fact that, well, there's some black people that are racist to white people, there's some Indians that are racist to white people, and so on and so on. That is true. That is very true. And it makes it very simple for political parties that want to use that against us as a people and against you to actually continue growing, or if not growing, to stay wherever they are, at the level that they are. So we have some serious, difficult conversations to have. And yeah, I think I'm done with this video. I'll just wait maybe another 2 minutes. Kata, if you're still there, you had your thoughts to say. I'm going to wait a little bit. If nothing happens, then I'm just going to close this live. I am done for now. We'll have a conversation in another video. But anyway, yeah, if you're still here, let me know. What do you think? Do you think that there's a way that we can deal with some of the racism that happens in the country? I don't think that we are going to 100% get rid of it. That is always going to be there, okay? Because older racist people have raised their children, and their children are raising their children. So their children's children are being raised in that mentality. So I don't think we'll ever completely get rid of it, but we can make some strides into making a bit of a change. All right.